Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping straight into something we all kind of grapple with. Building better habits.
Yeah.
Ever feel like you're just swimming in self-help advice, but, still treading water?
Definitely.
You're not alone. So we've done the heavy lifting for you on this one.
Exactly. Think of this as like your cheat code to getting habits to stick. We've gone through the top 5 insights from 25 books on building better habits. That's a lot of reading.
25 books.
And we've distilled it all down to bring you the most effective, science-backed strategies. The mission today, simple. Extract the core methods that actually work.
Make them stick.
Make them stick, yeah. And present them clearly, make them engaging and instantly useful for you.
So it's your shortcut. No more wading through endless pages. We're diving deep into these top 5 methods. They cut through the fluff, get right to the practical stuff for habits that last.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's kick off. Method number 1. It might sound a bit maybe underwhelming at first. Scaling things way, way back.
Yeah, this first one, scale it way back, is surprisingly powerful. It really hits the main reason why so many habit attempts just fizzle out.
Right.
The core idea is to make that first step, that initial commitment, so incredibly small. It almost feels silly not to do it.
Like brushing your teeth.
Exactly like brushing your teeth. So automatic. Skipping it feels weird. That's the level we're aiming for.
Because, let's be honest, relying on motivation, it's flaky, isn't it?
Totally unreliable.
Some days you're on fire, other days getting out of bed is the win. But if the habit is tiny, like really tiny,
Microscopically tiny, yeah.
you can always do it. Doesn't matter how motivated you feel.
And the research gives some great examples. One push-up, that's it. Or even just the thought of doing one sometimes.
Just the thought.
Yeah. Or one sentence of journaling. One single mindful breath. The genius is anything more is just a bonus, especially at the start.
Until it takes root.
Exactly. The key isn't just the size, it's the psychology.
Yeah.
You lower the barrier to entry so much that procrastinating feels harder than just doing the thing.
Huh. Right. It's like trying to move a huge rock.
Right.
Push it all at once, you'll probably fail, give up. But just wiggle it a tiny bit, then another tiny bit. Pretty soon it starts to actually roll. Small wins build momentum.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Psychologically, you're slashing the activation energy.
Yeah.
That initial effort to just start, that's often the biggest hurdle.
Yeah.
Make that first step laughably easy, and poof, the barrier vanishes. It's almost like, tricking your brain.
Okay, so we start super tiny. Got it. But what about habits that need a bit more setup? Like going to the gym or cooking a healthy meal. That brings us to method 2.
Good question. Method 2 is reach the point of no return.
Okay.
For those habits with a bit more lead-up time, scaling the whole thing back to one tiny action might not quite work the same way.
Right.
So instead, the focus shifts. You complete just enough of the initial steps to make continuing the habit feel like the easier, more natural path compared to just stopping.
Okay. The books we looked at had that great example with cooking, didn't they?
Yeah, the healthy eating one. To pull out the ingredients, chop one vegetable.
Just one.
Just one. Once you've done that tiny bit of prep, you're suddenly less likely to just bail and order pizza, right?
Yeah, you've already started, invested a little bit.
Exactly. A tiny investment, but it creates this subtle pressure to follow through. And there's this related idea, the 2-minute rule.
The 2-minute rule.
Yeah, the principle is you can often get to that point of no return within just 2 minutes of starting.
2 minutes, okay.
Think about the Peloton example they gave. If you spend 2 minutes putting on your gym shorts, clipping into the bike, sitting down,
You're probably going to do the workout.
your chances skyrocket. It's about creating that little bit of forward motion, that inertia that carries you through.
That is so true. I remember, purely hypothetically, of course, wanting to start a writing habit. Facing the blank page felt like impossible, like climbing Everest. But I told myself, just open the document, write one sentence. And 9 times out of 10, that one sentence became a paragraph, then maybe a page. That minimal first step, it unlocked everything.
That's exactly it. It taps into our brain's desire for completion. Once we start something, even small, there's this pull to finish it.
Like an itch you need to scratch.
Sorta, yeah. It's a subtle commitment bias.
Yeah.
That first tiny step signals task initiated to your brain, making you want to see it through.
All right, method 3. This one feels really smart, using what we already do. Piggybacking old habits to kickstart new ones.
This is where habit stacking comes in, drawing a lot from BJ Fogg's Tiny Habits. It's a powerful technique.
Habit stacking.
The idea is simple. Anchor your new habit to an existing reliable one you already do without thinking.
Okay.
The formula is super clear. After I do my existing reliable thing, I will do my new tiny habit.
Like setting up little dominoes in your day.
Exactly. One thing knocks over the next. And the sources had some brilliant practical examples, especially linking those super small habits from method 1 to everyday triggers.
Like what?
Well, like thinking of one thing you're grateful for right after your head hits the pillow.
Oh, nice.
Or taking one mindful breath right after you check your phone. Or pick up the remote. Or turn off a light switch.
Things you do constantly anyway.
Right, even washing your hands. Or Stephen Guy's in Mini Habits suggests doing that one push-up when you walk into your house or your office or even just your bedroom. Use the location as the trigger.
That makes so much sense. It's like giving the new habit its own reminder system, but one that's already built into your routine.
Yeah, you're not relying on remembering something out of the blue. You're attaching it to an automatic action. Feels way more natural. And neurologically, it's really efficient. You're basically linking the new behavior onto existing strong neural pathways.
Like hitching a ride on a well-worn path in your brain.
Pretty much. The more you use a pathway, the stronger it gets. Habit stacking creates a shortcut onto that established trail for the new habit. Makes it easier to ingrain.
Okay, so start small, get past the point of no return, link new to old, but life happens. We get busy, distracted, we just forget.
Big problem.
Which brings us to method number 4. Seriously ratcheting up the reminders.
Absolutely. Forgetfulness, it can derail even the best intentions. The research is really strong on this.
Yeah.
You basically can't have too many reminders.
Really?
Yeah, some experts literally say triple the number you think you need.
Yeah.
The goal is to make it almost impossible to genuinely say, oops, I forgot.
Okay, triple it. So how do we do that? The sources mention 3 main ways, right?
Right. 3 effective strategies. First, visual cues in your environment.
Physical stuff?
Physical stuff, exactly. Put things where you'll see them. That grip trainer on the counter. The kettlebell right there in the living room. The yoga mat unrolled. Constant visual nudges.
Makes sense. What's number 2?
Second, leverage your digital world, but go beyond just one alarm. Think multiple app notifications.
Oh, okay.
Calendar events booked just for the habit. Recurring phone alarms. And the research even mentions services like askmeevery.com.
Ask me every.
Yeah, where you can set up personalized, recurring emails or texts to yourself, prompting the action, like a little digital accountability partner.
I like that. Personalized nudges. Okay, and the third reminder strategy.
The third one is your social environment. Surround yourself physically or digitally with people who are already doing the habit you want.
Ah, the power of peers.
Immense power. That fitness group chat where everyone shares their workout streaks or stats or progress photos, that keeps it top of mind and adds social motivation.
So visual cues, digital overload, and social immersion.
Exactly. These reminders work because they hijack our attention systems. They make the desired habit really salient, really obvious, increasing the odds you'll actually think about it and do it. Make the cue unavoidable.
Okay, we've got scaling back, point of no return, habit stacking, and tons of reminders. What's the final method?
This one sounds deeper. Amplifying pain and pleasure.
Yeah, method 5. Amplify your pain-pleasure associations. This dives into the emotional engine driving our choices.
Emotional engine.
The core idea is to consciously, deliberately intensify the perceived pain of not doing the habit and amplify the perceived pleasure of actually doing it.
So, playing with future feelings.
Pretty much. The research suggests if you can vividly imagine more pain from inaction and significantly boost the anticipated pleasure from action, well, you create a really powerful internal drive.
Okay, how do we crank up the pain dial, as they put it?
You vividly imagine the long-term negative consequences of staying stuck. Picture your future self 5, 10, 20 years out if you don't change.
Ooh.
Yeah, really focus on the missed opportunities, the weaker body, the drained energy, whatever is relevant. Make that future feel genuinely awful, so taking action now becomes the obvious, much better choice.
Got it. And the other side. Turning up the pleasure. That's about actively linking enjoyable things to the new habit. The classic example is only letting yourself listen to your absolute favorite podcast.
Early while working out.
Exactly. Or only enjoying that special cup of coffee while you do your morning journaling. It creates a strong positive association, making the habit itself feel more rewarding.
And then there's that shine concept from BJ Fogg again.
Yes, shine. That authentic feeling of pride, of accomplishment, even after a tiny win.
Even one push-up.
Especially the one push-up. Fogg emphasizes, and the research backs this up, that ignoring or downplaying those small victories makes you less effective at habit change. You have to recognize and savor that little burst of pride.
It's not just feeling good, it actually helps.
It absolutely helps. That feeling of accomplishment, however small, is positive reinforcement. It strengthens the neural connections for that habit. So actively acknowledging that shine moment, it actually wires the habit in more effectively.
Wow. Okay, so that's the 5. Scale it way back. Reach the point of no return. Use old habits to jumpstart new ones. Ratchet up the reminders. And amplify those pain-pleasure associations, including the pleasure of shine.
There you have it. The top 5 distilled from a whole lot of expert thinking.
And the big takeaway seems to be, it's not about mystical willpower, is it?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's about smart strategies. Understanding these principles and applying them strategically, working with your psychology, not fighting against it.
Exactly. So for you listening right now, maybe think, which one of these 5 really grabbed you? Which one resonates most right now? And then, the crucial bit. What's one tiny, ridiculously small step you could take today, like right now or in the next 5 minutes, to put it into action?
Yeah.
Think how these ideas could apply anywhere you want a positive change. Not just the obvious stuff like exercise. Any curiosity, any goal, what sparks something for you, and what tiny action can you take immediately?
That's the starting point. Experiment. See what works for your unique situation, your specific goals.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us today into building better habits.
Been a pleasure.
We really hope this has given you not just information, but some real practical tools to start building those habits you want, the ones that truly last.